First, Susanna Skalska is going to leave us. Well, you have quite a package with you. Where you're going?
To Poland, to change Poland.
Okay, great. Well, say hi to Poland from us. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Up and running from airport to airport. Jolanda Snyder, you're going to tell us a little bit more about e-health and social and e-inclusion. The microphone is yours.
Thank you. I will not present to you the recommendations. Yes, better. Recommendations of both sub-objective as such. I would like to present to you some food for thoughts about e-health and independence and social and e-inclusion. I may do so on behalf of two regions, the region of Southeast England and then the region of North Brabant. The two sub-objectives were addressed separately during the People Project. However, the findings of the sub-projects evolved and the lessons we learned in our regions, they were so much alike that we decided that we could better present them together. We learned many things in the People years, and I'd like to point out two in particular. The necessity of the integral policy development combined with a demand-driven approach. In today's society, it's hard to point out specific groups or specific focus groups of regional policy. And a person, any person, does not fit into one specific focus group. At what age are you start being old? When does sick really refers to not being able to do things? Does being poor refers not being able to get into touch, get into contact with the world around you? Putting people into boxes of specific focus groups in order to gain some focus in regional policy often is beside the mark. It's the same with developments in society. We as regional policymakers, as well as regional politicians, eagerly try to find coherent developments in society. We like to point out specific opportunities and more often specific problems to provide, of course, a well-formulated and a good to justify solution in order to grab the opportunity or solve the problem and get the applause. Well, not in today's society, I can say. The challenges we run into are very, very complex. Demographic change, economic crisis, global warming, things like that. And as Susanna also told us, she also showed us, society changed in itself. Society has become a network society with many relations, many interdependencies. You may call it a connected identity. At the same time, individuals have become more independent and they've become more mature. And technological developments gave a big boost to our society. A Dutch professor, manager and director of a Dutch research institute of societal issues, Hans Boutelier, introduced the concept of the improvisation society. Although today's society is very complex, Boutelier says it's not a chaos. There are structures, there are connections, there are rhythms. He compares today's society to the world of jazz music, in which improvisation and interaction leads to a great sound and a great swing. Wow, isn't that exciting and at the same time very scary for us regional policymakers and regional politicians? To step off the driver's seat and interact with society, become a partner, feel what is needed and think outside in instead of inside out. In the last few years, during the People Project, we only start to understand how this new role and new position of regional governments work. For instance, we introduced social media tools to communicate in real time and outside in. We had to learn to work with these tools and we had to learn about their impact. As much as we, as a regional government, had to learn about this, civilians have to learn about these things as well. We recognize so in our People projects, in our sub-projects. And I'll take e-health as an example. E-health is concerned with the introduction of new technologies in healthcare. However, to maintain the personal touch, the quality of care, the introduction of technology has to coincide with the help of formal and informal caregivers. This is where technology and networks come together. As a government introducing new technology and building on a network society, we also have to stimulate and facilitate the empowerment of civilians regarding these new technologies and regarding the social networks. And then it all comes to a demand-driven approach. The need for a demand-driven approach has been underlined throughout the People Project. And for me personally, a demand-driven approach is the top policy recommendation for this project. In many recommendations, you can read the impact of cultural, historical, social differences between the people partner regions. When one emphasizes demand of society, the demand of people, differences disappear. And that gives a great boost to the exchange of experiences and tools about societal change in a European project. Although the People Project is about to end, we all know know about new regional and European developments and initiatives to carry on the lessons we learned. And I'm sure we'll hear more about that in a discussion panel later on. Mr. Peter Windlef Jensen, sitting down there. Hi. We'll tell more about the European Innovation Partnership on Active and Healthy Aging. Thank you for now.
Thank you so much, Jolanda Snyder.